Is from a game between NN and Edward Lasker. You'll find in a lot of old chess books, when players were unknown or they anonymous, they just use the word NN or AN other. Edward Lasker is not to be confused with Emanuel Lasker, the world champion. Though he was quite a good player, when the two Laskers played, they had a famous draw. Okay, so let's look at this position. So pawns are equal, but black has a outside pass pawn in this king and pawn ending, and white has a double pawns on the king side, making it much harder to create a pass pawn. In fact, white has to be careful that black doesn't stymie the white pawns. If black stops white from getting a pass pawn on the king side, white will be in real trouble. Anyway, we'll see what the engine has to say about this. If you want to have a think what you might like to do, you can pause the video. Okay, let's see what the engine would do. So the engine took 310 milliseconds. However, first found the move at 3 milliseconds. Sorry, that should be centiseconds. I kept getting them mixed up. So it's 300ths of 1 second. So the move of the day is pawn to f6, the pawn sacrifice. Could be a good name for a movie. Okay, so let's say black takes it. Nothing else looks very good. What will white do then? So white rushes up with his kingside pawns. We'll see what black does. So black rushes over with his king. See what white does. White offers another pawn. White wants to get a pass pawn at all costs. He's trying to get the H pawn through. See what black does. Black takes the pawn. White takes the pawn. Now black could take, but white queen's in 3 and the queen will easily beat the 3 pawns. So black should rush back with the king. So I'll put that move in. Oops. It should be g5, h6. Okay. So when we get this position, we've got an unusual position because you usually think of doubled rook pawns as pretty weak. But these pawns actually stop the black king from approaching them and attacking them and taking them. And this gets in the way of the king. The king can't walk around the front to collect the pawns, so this king cannot move. It's in zugzwang. So all white has to do is do a waiting move of the king. Any black king move allows the H pawn to get through. Eventually, black will run out of moves, have to move the king, and the pawn gets through. So we had quite a nice little pawn sacrifice on the first move. So NN won the game against Edward Lasker. Okay, thank you for watching.